we discussed about the HANA delta merge and the HANA save point intervals. These two topics we discussed in the small topics we discussed in the on the Saturday's class. Okay. So delta merge means in HANA there is a one internal mechanism. These all are the internal mechanisms in the HANA database here. So in the HANA side, so we have this is the physical memory. Suppose like in the RAM memory here. So these are the file systems, OS level file systems. These all are the operating system only, inside of the operating system only. These all are. So slash HANA data, then slash HANA log folder. This both are in the internal file systems, right? This is the RAM memory here. This is the RAM memory. So normally actually in the HANA database, the RAM memory is divided into the two parts here. RAM memory is divided into the two parts here in the RAM memory here. So one is the DS delta storage. Second one is the main storage here. DS and main storage here. This is the file systems. These are the file systems here. So actually what will happen? So whenever any data resides, any data which is coming to store the data, that will go to the RAM memory itself, right? In the RAM memory, first it will go to the delta storage. First it will go to the delta storage here. It will store the data in the delta storage here, right? It will store the data in the delta storage. This is called the delta storage option here. So why? Because delta storage operations are so read optimized and write optimized and compression factors are applicable here. Read and write and the compression factor here. So, but here the main storage is only optimized for the read and so compression factor. We cannot directly write anything in the main storage. Why? Because in the main storage, actual data resides inside of the main. Actual data resides inside of the main storage here. So we cannot directly write anything in the main storage. Instead of that, so first it will store the data into the delta storage. Instead of that, it will store the data into the delta storage here, delta storage here. So in the delta storage, what will happen? Any data which is coming to the HANA database to store it, it will store the data. Why? Because here it is optimized for the read and write, and also it will be compressed. Here in HANA, there is a compression technique. HANA will be used the compression technique here, so that it will be compressed the data. So then once the transaction is committed, all the temporary statements, data executions, everything will happen in the delta storage itself. If the transaction is committed, if the transaction is committed, so what will happen here? It will go to the main storage here. Once the transaction is committed here, it will go to the data to the main storage here. So if the transaction is committed, so this procedure is called the delta merge. Why? Because whatever there in the delta storage, that is merging with your main storage. So that's why this process is called the delta merge process. This process is called the delta merge process here. Okay, this process is called the delta merge. Whatever is there delta here, that is merging with your main storage. That is merging with your main storage here, right? So once the data reached to the here, it will be saved here permanently. Because here already new data, already the previous data will be stored here itself only. All the new data and the previous data, so here it will be stored. It will be stored here. Then after some days, sorry, after the 5 minutes, the same data will come into the your data folder. Same data will come into the your storage level. Storage level means your data folder. This is called the So this is called the save point interval. This is called the save point interval here. Save point interval here. So this is what this will happen every 5 minutes here. So from data, first it will come to the here. Then if the transaction is committed, the data will go to the delta main storage. This procedure is called the delta merge. Here there is no time frame. When the transaction is committed, then frequently it will go to the main storage. Once the data is received to the here, then after 5 minutes it will go to the data folder. But here in the log folder, continuously means before data coming to the here, then where it is saving here, before saving to the here, first one copy first data is coming to the here, it is saving here, then first it will save the logs here. The changes about the logs, that is called the transaction logs, it will saved into the your log folder here. This will happen synchronously. This will happen asynchronously. This will happen synchronously. Why? Because first it will store the data here, then it will send the acknowledgement, then it will send the acknowledgements. Okay, I received the data at log folder. Sir, why it is going the changes going to the log folder first synchronously, which means here the RAM operations are, it's a volatile memory. Why? Because the RAM is the volatile memory. If something goes wrong with the RAM, so entire data will be corrupted, right? Data will be deleted from the database. So to avoid this type of things, SAP suggested, so not the its internal mechanism. To avoid this one, SAP written a code like, first it will save the copy of data here. In between, while that save point is happening, in the 5 minutes time, something is happens, then you have the data here. The roll forward and roll back will happen. So in case of any restarts or something is happens, what will happen? Again, the data will be reloaded to the main memory. Whenever you do the HDB start, all the data will be loaded to the here main memory. That will happen in the systems. That is called the whenever you are starting the here, it is from here to here, delta merge from here to here. This is called the save point interval. Save point interval. This is what we discussed in the previous class. Okay. So any questions from anyone? Is it clear, right?
So the file system means again that will be on ROM, not in RAM.
Yeah, ROM. It's a storage level. I mean to say storage level. It will store the data at storage level. Storage level.
No.
Okay. So then today we'll discuss about the HANA. So licensing part. HANA licensing. HANA licensing here. So HANA licensing, what is mean by HANA licensing here? HANA licensing has two types here. Two types. First of all, two types means there are the two types of licenses will be applied. Whenever you do the HANA installation, by default, there is a temporary license will be temporary. The license will be installed. License will be installed here. That is valid 90 days only. It means 3 months here. First of all, why? Because that's the reason. Whenever you do the HANA restarts here, so you are starting the HANA database. So then you can see, sorry, not this one. You can see here, if we go to the system DB, right click. So then if we go to the properties here, so there is a license tab here. So here we need to apply the license here. Just click on the install the license. Then we will get the text file from the SAP marketplace. Just to import the text file, then HANA license will be installed here. That is valid only 90 days. We have installed on the 5th February, then 6th March, April, again May, right? So May, it is available under the May again here, right? So this is the license we have applied here. The HANA license is based upon the main memory. How much memory, how much RAM memory you want to use it, we have to use that much of memory only, that much of licensing only here, right? So this is the not the user specific, not the other specific here ANA license. ANA license based on the your main memory. How much RAM you want to use it, you have to use that much of license. You have to use that much of memory only here. That is called the ANA temporary license. Means temporary license. So then after the within the 90 days period, the license will be expired. Then we may have to get the permanent license. Permanent license. So permanent license. That time we need to work with the SAP permanent. So permanent license here. So that is, there is a predefined expiration date. So there is no expiration end date. There is no end date for that one here, right? Permanent license. That is the permanent license here. So in the permanent license also, we have the permanent license also, we have the two types again here. In the permanent license also, we have the two types here. So in the when they were requesting from SAP, we have the two types of permanent license here. So one is the enforced. There is a enforced license here. Enforced license. Enforced. So license here. The second one is the unenforced license here. Unenforced license here. These words are very important. So remember this technical words here. So enforced and unenforced license here. Enforced license means here it's a limited one. It's a limited license here. Limited license means, I will tell you one example here. So suppose it's kind of prepaid and postpaid bills. Now we have the prepaid bills, right? Prepaid recharges, so SIMs and recharges previously. Previously, we have the prepaid, means if you take 50 rupees talk time, so then you will get the 39 rupees, 32 rupees, you will get the talk time. Then you are free to use until you end up the 30 rupees talk time, right? 30 rupees talk times and everything, you are free. You can use it, those free times and everything, you can use it here, right? So, but postpaid means unlimited. Unlimited, there is nothing, no interruptions, you can use it. How much you want to use it, you can use it. That is called the postpaid. That is called the postpaid bill. Postpaid. Same as like HANA license also here. So suppose, take example, this is the HANA database, right? So here, this is the RAM memory. Why? Because HANA license based upon the quantity, means based upon the RAM here. This is the RAM slot here. So this is occupied. This is here. We have the two, suppose like this is the 1 terabyte RAM size. This is the 1 TB. Okay, this is the 1 TB here. So what happens here? You took the license only 700 GB only, 750 GB only, 750 GB only, you took the license. So then license limit is 750 GB only. Then what will happen? HANA slowly will start using daily, slowly it will use the, why? Because how much RAM memory you want to use it, means how much data storing into the RAM memory, you need to pay the license for that one only. Suppose you took the license for 750 GB, and 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then up to some time when it is reached to the 750 GB, then HANA will be locked from the operations. HANA-DB will be locked. Why? Because your predefined limit is over here. HANA will be locked in case of your licensing limit is over. HANA will be locked here, right? HANA will be locked here in case of your predefined license is over here. So that is the enforced, means pre-limit one. But unenforced is, even though if you take the unenforced, there is no limitation here, usage limitation. You can use it, how much RAM you have, remaining 256 GB also, you can use it here. Means there is no interruption of the services, database will not be locked, so that You can use it how much you want to use it. You can use it freely. Remaining memory also you can use it. That is called the unenforced memory. Unenforced memory here. That is what the unenforced memory. Enforced and unenforced memory here. Right? So that is the major difference here. So both have unlimited. There is no limitations here. Both are unlimited. For some customers, it may be depends upon the agreement. You every 1 year once, or if you take the enforced one, so every 1 year you need to apply the license, or every 2 years. Or some customer depends upon the agreement. It is a valid is end of the world 9999 end of the world. So there is no expiration. There is no expiration. The permanent license here. So temporary license only, we have this expiration here. Even though the license is expired, depends upon the customer. In case of license is expired, then again you will get the 28 days temp license. Once you apply that permanent license, so first of all, within 90 days, you need to apply the permanent license, either this one or this one. In case of permanent license also expired, you have seen, you have not seen, you have not observed, and you are in the vacation, you are not observed. Then again 28 days, the temporary license will be auto applied by SAP. Auto applied. So in this 28 days period, temporary license, you need to get the one more licensing, one more license, you need to get the one more license, you have to work with SAP, you need to get the licensing. Right? So where we have to apply it means, if you just open the system, right click on the system DB or Tenant DB, go to the properties here, there is a license tab, just click on the install the license. Then the license will be installed here. The license will be installed here. Okay. That is the license of the HANA databases. Okay.
Here we have to install only one of them, either enforced or unenforced, right?
Yeah, anyone.
Okay.
Means depends upon your contract with the SAP. When you are initially your management will take the agreement with your customer, means contract with the customer, right? So which one, the budget, the discounts and everything. So that time they will decide whether the enforced or unenforced here. So then if you take the enforced or enforced, these both are the permanent only. But one is the limited one, second one is the unlimited one. Limited means, so we can take the limitations here. We can take the limitations here. Even though the limit is over, then system will not be locked. Unenforced means there is no limitations here. System will use until you have the how much RAM is available. You can use it here. That is called the unenforced license.
Sir,
Yes. Hello.
Hello, sir. Permanent license means validity is up to 9999. So there is no
Expiration.
expiration, right?
There is no expiration. But some
Then
customers,
how it will be expired?
yeah, some customers, so they will take the 2 years license, 3 years license, they will take it out. So that time, in worst case scenario, even though it is expired also, you will get the 28 days license, temporary license. It won't expire. But some customers, they will take the, so 1 month, 1 year, 2 years business only, they will take it out. So that time they will forget all those things. So that time, 28 days license you will get. Apart from that, normally it won't expire. Why? Because you will get the permanent license like 12, 31, then triple, 9999. This is the end of the license validity. So it won't be expired. It's a permanent one. Rare cases. Some customers, so in the licensing model also, some customers, they want to go for the commercial model. They want to go for the pay-as-you-go model. Nowadays, license types have changed. So many licenses in the BTP, when the BTP introduced, so there are the cloud-based licensing types. They have changed it here. So many types of they have changed here. So pay-as-you-go means how much you want to use it, you can use it. But unenforced means you can pay, then how much you want to use it, you can use it. But you want to use it 200 GB only. Suppose your business is very less, you don't want to use all those things and you don't want to pay. Whenever it is reaching to the 200 GB, then you want to pay for the another 200 GB only. So then that time we can take the enforced one, so that, so enforced one, maybe 1 or 2 years. So like this, we can take it out. Like that, there is a model is there, licensing model. But basically, permanent license is the two types. This is about the 2 types here.
Sir, is there any threshold value for the enforced license, like up to this limit if it has
Yes,
reached?
yes. There is a limitation when you are taking the when you are taking the when you are creating the license from SAP, it will ask the how much GB you want to take it out. How much GB? So you have to take it out here. So that is what, how much GB? So you want to take it out. So that GB you need to give it. Then you can generate the license here.
And every 3 months it will be expired.
Every 3 months. No. This is temporary license will be the 3 months only. Within this 3 months only, you need to apply the permanent license. Suppose like you have installed the HANA database, means how you are able to log in, then how you are able to do all the operations and everything, because of automatically there is a temporary license is installed in our system automatically. So it is valid only 3 months. So after this date, after 6th May, after the 12, so your database is not available, this database. You cannot log into the database, even though database is up and running, everything, it is not, you cannot log in until you apply the permanent license. Why? Because this is expiration date is 5th May only, 5th May only. So that's the reason. Okay, 5th May only. So that is the reason here. Okay, so 5th May only.
It is like SAP maintenance license from.
Yeah, maintenance license, that kind of maintenance SAP, same as. So from where to apply? From systemdb, you need to apply the license here. Just click on the install the license. Then it will ask the, you will generate the license as a text file. Then you can just upload it to the here. Then the license will be applied here. Okay. That is the
License download from the SAP market.
SAP marketplace. SAP marketplace here. So in SAP, we have the marketplace. So there we have to select the system. Then we have to apply it. So let me show you that one as well.
Hello, sir. I have a query.
Yes.
For enforced license, as you said, like if it is 1 TB, if it reaches 750 GB, then the operation will be logged. So is this depending on the RAM GB, or it is depending on the
RAM,
time?
physical
Like
RAM.
if it is 2-3 years, if it reaches 2 years, then it will be stopped. So it's depend
No,
on
no,
the time or RAM.
RAM. Suppose
Okay.
you have the 1 terabyte RAM, but you took only licensing for the 750 GB only or 700 GB only. So why? Because you assume like you don't, my database size, it won't take more than 300, more than 1 terabyte of 700 GB is enough. But unfortunately, the size is increased. 1 year, 2 years complete, it's increased to the 700 GB. Then when it goes to the 701, then immediately your database will be locked. Why? Because it will show the symptoms like, so boss, you are using more than licensing limit. Your license is only for the 700 GB. But even though you have the free RAM is available, even though you have the free RAM is available, it won't. So even though you have the free RAM is available, then it won't take it out. Why? Because you are in the enforced only. So, but if you are the unenforced, then it will, there is no limitation here. How much RAM you have, it will use that much of RAM. And also, even though if the RAM limit is also over, what will do? It will unload the data. it will unload the which are not used tables. It will just unload it from the RAM to your disk level. Disk level, it will unload it from here to, it will unload the tables to the here in the data folder level. It will unload the tables here. That is what the unload and load option here. I will show you how to unload. So we can also some selective tables. We can also keep the tables data into the main memory. It will occupy the some amount of memory. I don't want to use this table data into the main memory. It is the yearly ones they are using. I don't want to here. I want to load to the data folder level. Then we can unload to the here. So, oh, this is very much useful. Then I want to load it to the here means why? Because if the data is there in the main memory, that is very speed. If it is there here, but that is very slow. But this table is not much using here. Then in this case, you want to keep it the memory, we can keep it. If you don't want to keep it, we can unload it. That is your wish here. We can say that is our wish here. Suppose like if you see the HANA Studio, I will explain you after the license how to generate it. I will explain you. Go to the licensing tab here. Let me check. So to install the OS level, log into the respective SID ADM system. Then, so in case we are unable to contact, if you are unable to connect from the studio, just HDB space info, then it will show the details of remaining file process. So whether the system is available or not, so it will show the list of process here. The process are showing here, then definitely system is available. It is not showing here. So then in this case, system is down. So it is not used here. So then in this case, what you need to do, you need to start the system by executing the HDB space start command. Okay, HDB state. So suppose if you want to install it, so switch to the SID ADM, then you can use the SAP, the likey. Okay, so likey -install. So then just you can path of the profile we can use it here. Path of the profile we can use it here. So there is a likey SAP likey. Yeah, there is a command. So this is the one. Command not found. But it's SAP level, I think. SAP HANA license OS level license check. License check. There is a note. You have the note. You will get all the details here. Note number. Note level. You will get all the details here. So let's open the note. Oh, sorry. You need to connect to the HDB SQL. See here, HDB SQL F1N. Then we need to log in and we need to verify this. Let's check here from studio level or from the license key from the console command prompt mode console level or license key from the OS level with SID ADM. So then we need to type it this one. Type the all the details here. Type all the details like so. Suppose you want to check. Let me open the notepad here. Host name SAP. So Linux 1 system user password. So then connection refused. So we need to start the first DB. The single container command. So the multi-container, there is a command you can see here. I. So just HDB SQL, your host name, your instance number, then FNI instance number, DB username and path. So we have to provide it here. All the details we have to provide it here. So then we can connect it. So these are the commands. Maybe you can see it here. They have clearly given the step by step. So it will be helpful. This is the one. You can refer the blog. So as per the blog, you can try the some commands here. You will get the some details. Till it is starting. See here, so they are connected to the system, then multi-node switched on, then begin licensing, and in licensing they have to paste it and save it, then it will be installed. So you can just follow this license, that will be fine. Yeah, it is installed. Then the command which we used it using the HDB LCM tool. Connection failed.
Sir, instance number.
Instance number wrong, I think, right? It's wrong, yeah. Ours is 0001.
00.
00. Authentication is failed, so which means password. Is it 2024 or 23? That is it. Yes. So it's connected. So from here, we need to execute the query. HDB console, HDB SQL console, it is connected. From here, so then we can use the commands. So log into the SID ADM via HDB SQL console. Then we can just execute the queries, analyze queries and everything. So then that will be installed here. -mu. Then see here, set system license for installation. The text in the license file we have to give it. So then we have to use this one -g. Not here. You can see here. Once we connected here, then so HDB SQL set system license. This one, set system license space. The file in the license file we have the text will be there. The file content, that one we have to paste it. Then enter it. Execute the command /lg. So like this, then that will be license will be like this. License will be installed here. Like this, we have to do the license installation. The screenshot they have given. So that is the database level. Just queries. So anything you need to connect to the HDB SQL commands here. HDB SQL commands. It will ask you. So here you can execute it here. So suppose if you want to create the new tenant, so tenant also we can create the new tenant also we can create it here. So new tenant creation. Suppose as of now, we discussed about the only one tenant creation, right? By default, whenever you do the HANA installation, tenant will be created. If you want to create the new tenant, connect to the system database with a SQL console, you can use the create database. So database name, create database name. Suppose like DB1 database name. So user, system, then password, then just you can type the password of the new this command, this query, we have to use it here in the database level. In the console level, if you use it, so then from here you can use it. The new tenant database we can create it on top of HD1 database. We can create the new tenant here. So that is the new tenant creation. Like this, up to 19 tenants we can create it. Like this, 19 tenants we can create it. So this queries, these are the small command, tenant creation. Create database, database name. Which database name? User, system, password. So this one password, any password you can give it. So this password that will be set for the system password. Then you can connect through system DB. So you can connect to the via HANA Studio. You can connect the new tenant database. We can connect it. Okay, you can use that that query also for creation. Suppose you want to stop the specific tenant you want to stop it here. Then you can use the alter system stop database, then DB name, database SID means suppose like HD2 or HD3, you have to give it. Then the specific tenant will be stopped. This is the one of the frequently asked questions. How to stop only tenant database? You have the two tenants. If you use the HDB stop, what will happen? All will be down, all the database. No, I don't want to stop all. I want to only specific tenant I want to stop it. Then you can use the alter system stop database name HD2 you want to use it. Then we can just use this specific tenant database. We can use it here.
Sir, OS level, how do you stop specific tenant database, sir?
Same commands. OS level also, just you can use the alter system stop. So stop database. What is the database? HD1 alter system stop database name. So you can use it. Then it will ask the username. So just to use the system, the password 202444. Then system database one. You need to command on the system DB. You have to connect to the system database and you have to stop it. So same instead of HDB SQL system database, we have to connect it. So we can use the commands. Some commands will be saved, either OS level and commands will be saved. But thing is, here we execute directly from the Serenity database, system database HDB SQL. We have to connect it. From here, we need to execute these things. All those things we have to execute it. Let me, yeah, here once you open it, HD1, okay, then okay, right click. So here SQL console, right click and HDB SQL console here. Here, what you have to do? Alter system stop database HD1. Alter system stop database HD1. Enter it. Now see, the command is getting executed. Why? Because I am doing everything. You have to do it from the system database only.
Here, here comma is not required, no?
Not required.
Okay.
Not required. So see here system database is stopped here. So tenant is stopped here. Now you cannot connect to the tenant. And also here, if you see that the OS level, there is no index server. There is no index server here. See here, no index server here, no access engine. Why? Because only 5 process in the system database. Remaining 2 are in the tenant. Tenant you stop. If you want to start it, just to use the start database, then tenant will be started now.
Sir, one more question. How we can identify that this is a tenant DB, tenant system, or this is a system DB? How we can identify? That means SD1 is written over the system DB is. How we can identify that this is a system or this is a tenant?
You have the system DB. You will get the system DB.
This is written by ourselves, no? Sir?
No. System
itself.
System itself it's written this one. We cannot written anything here. So, but one more thing we can identify based upon the index server. Index server based upon the index server tenant, index server process, right? Suppose if you see here index server, now you got the index server. So based upon this port number and everything, so we can identify that this is the specific to which tenant. If you create the one more tenant, there is a one more index server will be created here. One more index server will be here. That will be in the different port number here. 340.03, 341, like this you will get it out here. So 40 means it's a one more tenant like this here. Then while you are adding, it's started. See here. Then while adding the system data here you can provide the host name, your multi-container, tenant database name is HD2. Like this, we can add it here. How can we identify? Whenever you are adding each database, it will create the SID, tenant SID at the rate of your SID, a system DB at the rate of SID, tenant also same by tenant at the rate of SID, something like that. You will get the one naming convention. Based on that, we can say it here. Also, system database, right? System database, it has only so except index server and access engine, you have the remaining process. In this way, okay, this is only system DB. There is no index server, then it's not the tenant database. Like that, we can assume it.
Sir, if there are 5 tenants and if I want to stop third tenant, so if I log in into the third tenant, if I give HDB stop, a
Third
particular host only I
tenant-
have logged in, right? It
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
stop complete system, right?
Yes. It won't stop.
Then that could, then in that scenario, HDB stop will work for that particular tenant, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, if in that tenant only, tenant means on top of the existing database you are creating, means in the same host you are creating the one more tenant, right?
Yes, correct. There are 5 tenants and one system DB. So I want to stop only particular third tenant.
Then in this case, you need to use the tenant means particular tenant database SID is different,
I'm
right?
talking about OS level, sir. The HANA Studio level, I'm aware of it. I'm OS level, I'm talking.
Yeah, OS level, then you need to connect to the HDB SQL for particular tenant. You need to execute the HD. If you execute the HDB stop, it will stop all the services. Whatever the
But,
services are there in this host, in this SAP.
But I'm logged into that particular host, right, sir? Third tenant I'm logging in, even though it will stop complete system.
No. Particular tenant where it is installed in this host or different host.
Different host, sir.
If the particular tenant is installed in a different host, then you can,
Yes, sir.
if you stop the HDB stop, that will only stop here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
3 tenants are available here. Then if you stop it, it will stop the all. So, but it is
Yes,
only
correct.
one tenant. So that is one tenant only will be stopped in that case.
Okay, you mean to say if those tenants are in different host, so if we use HDB stop, then it will be stop only particular tenant on that particular host.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Or we can use the SAP control command also here. So there is a stopping 2 ways, either HDB stop, or we can also use the HDB control -nr. nr means instance number. Instance number is 00. Then function. Then so stop system, like that we can use the command. So it will stop the database. See here, database is stopped now. So database.
This command will stop complete system, sir. Complete tenants, including everything, it will stop.
Yes. If you want to stop. So
yeah,
in this host, I have only one thing. So then in this case, it will stop all. But in this case, I want to stop only particular instance number. Then we need to change that instance number, particular instance number, or stop service, stop system, the SID, suppose like SID1. Then it will stop the particular one. There is a syntax for this one. If you use it, then we can stop that particular service, particular port number related ID. We can do that one. This is a syntax. You can see it. Stop service, all. Stop service, just SID. That will be only. So like this, we can use it here. We can use the syntax. So then it will whatever you want to do, that will be stopped. So after this one, so you can use this syntax as that will be helpful to particular stop only the particular service, restart the particular service or whatever it may be. So here based upon the instance number, that will be stopped. Okay, so please practice it. Tomorrow I will tell you some more things like in the HANA Studio, how to do the table analysis. So merge concept, how to take the delta merge manually, how to unload it, how to take the tables exports, some other things I will explain it tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys.